thank you so much for joining us. I am Miss Amy, and we have Miss D with us here today too. So thanks for joining us. Today we're going to be doing a lesson from our Catch curriculum all about Go activities and the MyPlate. So we hope that you enjoy it.
So today we're going to discuss the 5 food groups, physical activities that help you stay healthy. Are you ready? All right, let's go.
So this, boys and girls, is a picture of the MyPlate. Raise your hand and tell your teacher or your mom and dad, if you're home doing virtual learning, if you've seen this before. I'll give you a couple seconds to talk about it. Okay, awesome. I hope you guys had enough time to discuss the MyPlate. If not, you can always come back to it later. We are now going to get ready to watch a really nice video all about the MyPlate and those Go activities. So if you're not sure what those were, you'll learn all about it in the video. Okay, here we go.
This is a SnapEd New York video presentation.
Hi everyone, my name is Alyssa and I am a nutrition educator with the SnapEd program. Thank you for joining our lesson today for the Catch Kids Club. Let's go over a few ground rules before we begin our Zoom lesson.
For our lesson today, everyone will be on mute. If you happen to have a question, you can either raise your hand or type in the chat box. By the end of our lesson today, you will know the health benefits of doing physical activity. You will be able to identify body cues that happen when doing physical activity. And finally, you will be able to identify the 5 food groups and name different examples in each of those food groups.
Today we're going to talk about the importance of moving your body and getting active. These are 2 important things necessary to keep your body in balance. We're going to start off today by making an arm muscle. So go ahead on camera, let me see your arm muscles. Awesome. So what do we have to do to get this arm muscle strong? Take a second, go in the chat box, tell me what you think.
Yes, that's right. We need to exercise it. When your arm is strong, it helps you do things like lift a heavy box or throw a ball.
All right, now everyone, let's take a second and find our heart. So what you're gonna do, take your right hand and place it over the left side of your chest. You should be able to feel your heart beating if you sit very, very still. So take a second. All right, I got mine going. Do you guys feel yours? You can shake your head, yes or no. Awesome. So not only is your arm a muscle, but your heart is also an amazing muscle. Let's check out some of the things your heart does.
It works all day and all night without ever stopping, pumping blood and oxygen to all parts of your body. To make your heart strong and healthy, you have to exercise it, just like you would exercise your arm muscles.
Let's find out a bit more about physical activities that help your heart. We're going to go ahead and call these activities Go activities.
You can tell if an activity is a Go activity from certain changes in your body while doing those activities. These changes are called body cues. A few examples of body cues would be a fast heart rate, sweating, a warm feeling in your face, or breathing harder.
So your heart pumps blood through your arteries, then it rests and it pumps again. This pulsing motion can be found on your wrist, believe it or not. Let's check out how we can do it on our own wrist.
With your left palm faced open, take the middle and index finger of your right hand and place it firmly yet gently on top of your left wrist.
So if you're sitting still right now, you should be able to find your pulse easily on your wrist. Can you guys feel it? Shake your head yes or no. Awesome, I felt mine. You do have to sit very, very still. So how do we get that to go a bit faster, to speed it up? Go ahead and answer in the chat box. Yes, that's right. We need to do some exercising or physical activity. So what we are going to do is a quick little physical activity for about 30 seconds. So I will pull up a timer on my screen for 30 seconds. And during that time, you are going to run in place as fast as you can. So everyone go ahead and stand up. Make sure there are no objects or people in your space so you're able to move freely, and we'll get going. So once you're set, okay, everyone looks good. Everyone's ready. We'll count down. Ready? So 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, you guys, I know you got this. Keep going. Come on, pick up the pace. You got it. Run, run, run. About 10 seconds to go. Come on, you got it. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, time's up. So let's go ahead and find our pulse again. So everyone on your wrist, I'm going to find mine very quick. You have to be very still and quiet. All right, so mine is definitely going faster. How is everyone else's pulse doing? So go ahead, go in the chat box. Tell me how your pulse, how it's going. Is it going faster? Is it staying the same? Okay, so everyone is going a bit faster. Good. See that 30 seconds, even though it was a short amount of time, it really gets your heart going. So any other body cues we might be feeling? I definitely feel a little warm. I don't know about everyone else. So yep, everyone else is kind of feeling warm, a little sweaty, breathing harder. Yep, definitely. Good. Good, you guys. Thanks for sharing. So these body cues, these are totally normal. I know they might not feel that great in that moment, but they're totally healthy feelings that you get when you're doing those go activities. You might not feel them all at once, so you might feel them later on in your activity, and you might not even feel all of them, but that's totally okay. So we're just going to quickly talk about how many minutes of this physical activity or go activities we need every single day. We should be doing about 60 minutes of physical activity every single day. If you think that sounds like a lot, don't worry. You can split that time up. Here are a few examples of how we can break that up throughout the day. You could walk to school or the bus stop in the morning with a friend or sibling. At lunchtime, you could play on the playground or even play tag with your friends. And then after school, you could take a bike ride or you could even go skateboarding.
So quickly, I'd like to hear from you guys. What are some of your favorite go activities? So go ahead in the chat box and share your favorite go activity. Okay, I see we have soccer. Awesome, great. Running, playing tag with your friends, jumping, hula hooping. Awesome, very good examples, you guys.
While being physically active is important, it's also important that we fuel our body with the right food.
This is MyPlate. So MyPlate is a guide that helps us guide our food choices. So as you can see, there are a lot of different colors and shapes on this MyPlate. So what do you think those shapes and colors are? Go ahead and type in the chat box. Yes, that's right. They are the food groups. So how many food groups do we have? You can go ahead and use your hand and show me on the screen. Good, so I see a lot of 5s. Perfect, yes, we have 5 food groups. So we are going to talk about them individually really quick and talk about our favorite ones in each food group. Let's check it out. Let's get into MyPlate. So as you can see, here's our MyPlate image again. And we have a total of those 5 food groups. So we're gonna start with the left side of our plate, which is the red and green sections, which is fruit and vegetables. So we'll start up top with the fruit group. So when we go for our fruits, we really want to try to go for whole pieces of fruit. So things like 1 banana or 1 apple. So really try to focus on getting whole pieces of fruit. As you can see on my plate here, I have a couple of examples. So I have a pineapple in there. Pineapple's my favorite. Some grapes, some strawberries, and then a watermelon. So these are all examples of fruits in the fruit group. So can we go ahead and share some of our favorite fruits in the fruit group? So take a second and go in the chat box. So see what responses I get. So I have some friends that like blueberries, very good. Raspberries, kiwi, awesome. Kiwi's great. Mango, very good. Great examples, everybody. Okay, so then let's go over or down below to the green section, which is the vegetable group. So the vegetable group, it's really important that we try to vary our vegetable choices. So what that means is to get different kinds or different colors. So we really try to focus on eating a rainbow, so eating from all the different color groups, so from the dark greens to the reds to the oranges to the yellows, because they all have different vitamins and minerals in them that help our body in different ways, which is actually pretty cool. So we want to try to vary our veggies. So on my plate here, you can see that I have some corn, some carrots, broccoli, and then I have a couple of bell peppers. Red bell pepper is my favorite. So let's hear from you guys. So can you tell me some of your favorite vegetables in the chat box? So let's read them as they come in. I have some friends that like peas. Great. Zucchini. Very good. Eggplant. Awesome. Eggplant, super yummy. Anybody else have any favorites? I also have friends that like carrots. Good. Awesome. Okay, so that's half of our plate. Now let's focus on the other side of our plate. So up in the top right corner of the plate, you see that big orange section, which is the grain group. So our message for grains is try to get half of your grains, whole grains, every single day. So what does that mean? So what that means is eating grain products that are made with whole grains. So eating whole grain bread versus eating white bread, eating or choosing brown rice over foods such as white rice. So we want to try to make half of our grain servings throughout the day be those whole grains because they have a lot of great nutrients in them and fiber as well. So if we go down to my plate again, to the grain section, we have some pasta, some bread. I have a bowl of cereal there, and then I have some oatmeal. So these are all examples of grains. So who would like to share some of their favorite grains? So you can go ahead in the chat box and tell me some of your favorite grain foods. So I have some pasta lovers, yep. Crackers are great, yep. Okay, some toast, bagels, sandwiches, so bread slices for sandwiches. Rice, great. Oatmeal, good. Very good. So that's our grain group. Again, try to make half of your grains whole. So underneath our grain group, we have that purple box or shape, and that is the protein group. So when we go for protein food choices, we try to go for eating a variety. So what that means is eating different kinds. And then we also want to go for leaner choices. So what that means are choices that are a bit lower in fat. So things like if you like chicken, getting baked chicken or grilled chicken versus fried chicken because it's a bit lower in fat. Eating things like seafood, that will be a lower fat choice, or beans as well. So we want to try to switch it up and get those leaner choices when we think of our protein foods. So if we go look at the plate we created here, as you can see in the little shape, I have a fish, so seafood, a drumstick, so that could be poultry, so turkey, chicken. I have some beans there as well. Eggs are a protein food. And then I have a couple nuts. So there's almonds and cashews and pistachios there. So those are also great protein sources. Another really good one is peanuts or peanut butter. So if you like peanut butter, that's in the protein group as well. So go ahead and share some of your favorite protein foods in the chat box. and I will share them with everybody else. So I have chicken. So everyone loves chicken, I see. Great. Scrambled eggs. Good. So eggs, great breakfast choice, right? So hummus, good. I'm glad someone brought that up. So hummus is actually made from chickpeas, which is a bean. So great choice, a great dip for your veggies. I love hummus as well. Okay, I don't see any more. So good, great examples, you guys. Okay, now our last section. So with the dairy group, we really want to try to go for low fat or fat-free options. Dairy is also a really good source of something called calcium. I don't know if you guys have heard of calcium before, but calcium is really great for your bones and your teeth, which is really important, especially at your age, because you're growing so quickly and you have those growth spurts. So as we look at our plate here, we see dairy is foods like cheese, yogurt, and then milk. So can you guys go ahead and share some of your favorite dairy foods? Okay, so everyone likes cheese. Yep, so string cheese also. So some mozzarella cheese, that's great. We like our milk, very good. And a couple of people, like yogurt. So great, all across the board, good. Yep, so that's our MyPlate, you guys. Thanks for sharing your examples. They were great. So eating a variety from these food groups not only gives us balance in our body, but also gives us the energy we need to perform those go activities. So does anyone have any questions about MyPlate? I'll give you a second. Okay, so I have a question about ice cream. So someone is asking about ice cream and if it's in the dairy group and if it's a good choice. So ice cream does fall in the dairy group, but it does have a lot of extra added sugar in it. So it is not something we want to be eating to fuel our body. It's something we want to have, every once in a while on a special occasion like a birthday or a celebration. So to wrap up our lesson today, let's take a look at the next slide and talk about some of those things we learned. Okay, so here's our review. So as you can see, we have the 4 body cues that we went over. Your heart beating faster, breathing harder, sweating, and a warm feeling in your face. So these are all examples of body cues you might be feeling when doing go activities. Then right next to that, we have examples of go activities. So we've talked about a lot of them, but these are just a couple. Playing catch, going for a walk, playing tag with your friends, or shooting some hoops while playing basketball. So these are all examples of activities that get your heart working. And then down below, we have just a few questions we're going to go over. So the first one is, can you name the 5 food groups? So go ahead in the chat box and you can either list 1, you can list 2. So just list them off really quickly. I'll start reading them as they come in. So I have fruits, good. Vegetables, dairy, great. So we're missing 2. So go ahead if you know them. Grains. What's our last one? Who's got it? Okay, protein, very good. Awesome, you guys. And then the next one, how many minutes of go activities do you need each day? So this one we're going to do a little differently. So don't type anything in the chat box. I'm actually going to bring up a cool little poll where you guys can select your answer and then we can see at the end everyone's answers. It's really cool. So let me just take a second and get our poll. It'll pop up right on your screen and you will have some options to select from. Okay, so there it is. So go ahead. So it's going to ask you how many minutes of go activities do you need each day? So in one whole day. So as you can see, the options are 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes. So I'll give you guys a few seconds to select your option, just one option. Okay, I see I'm getting some results. Okay, I think everyone has entered their answer, and I see the majority or the most of you have selected 60 minutes. Very good, you guys. That was awesome. Thank you for participating in that poll. That was fun. Okay. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me for our Catch Kids Club lesson today. I hope to see you next time. And in the meantime, make sure you're sticking to those go activities.
Thank you for joining us today. We know.
All right, boys and girls. So I hope that you really enjoyed that video. Okay, now we just have a quick little 10-tip sheet that if you ask your teacher, they can send it home or send the link to you, okay? So this one is all about ways to stay active with your family. So this would be a really nice thing to look over with your mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever you live with, right? Whoever you spend most of your time with. And there's some really nice tips on here. Misty, what is one of your favorite tips from this tip sheet?
I love tip number 7, turn off the TV. Okay, so I like this tip because we still have a couple of nice warm days in October. So I like to have time to go outside and sit in the sun or do some yoga in my backyard or take a walk with my family. So I love tip number 7.
I like tip number 7 too, because we don't want to spend all day in front of the computer or the TV. So that's a really nice one. I also like number 2. So plan ahead and track your progress. So for those of you who actually really want to get into it, like different physical activity routines, you could plan to do it at a specific time. So like for me, I know if I don't take my walk or do my yoga in the morning, it's probably not going to happen. So I set the morning time before everybody gets up and going. I set that time aside just for me to do my activities. And then I try to keep track of it in my little planner. But you guys can do that with your family as well. Plan family walks like in the afternoon or maybe after dinner. I know it's getting a little dark, so it might be kind of hard, but I do really like that one. Okay, so I hope that you guys really kind of look at this when you get a copy or the link to it. Okay, if you're interested in other ones, there is the link right down there at the bottom. It's choosemyplate.gov. There is a bunch of these on a bunch of different topics if you'd like to check that out. Okay, so if you want more information from us, here are our websites. So we have the snapedny.org, that's our state website. We have our ccesuffolk.org/community nutrition health. That is our local website. We have our Facebook up there, the choosemyplate.gov, where you can find more resources. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, we also have a YouTube page. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining us today. We hope that you learned something, and we hope that you can make one small change after this lesson.
Thank you, guys and girls.
Thank you for joining us today. We know the healthy choice isn't always the easiest choice, but small changes can make a big difference. Start today by getting involved with SNAP Ed New York. This program is free for those who qualify or receive SNAP benefits. We want to help you save time, save money, and eat healthy. Learn how SNAP Ed can make a difference in your life. For more information and to find your local program, visit snapedny.org. This material is funded by USDA's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. SNAP. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.